Hello, my name is Yichen, and in this video, I'm going to show you the AWS configuration setup for this specific graph. And also, I'm going to include some test commands that I use to test the setup. So let's begin. So in the midterm, on the first part, we need to set up the two database instances. The first one is the MySQL instance, and the second one is the Redis instance. So let's take a look at my setup. Here, it is my Redis instance, and the most important attribute here is the endpoint we need to use to connect it in our Go app, Gumball app, I mean. And the second one is my database setup, my SQL database setup, and you can see it's open at the port 3306, and it is the endpoint that I can use to for the Gun app to access the database. So to test whether this two database actually is up and running, I have this terminal that I can test. So in this terminal, in this machine, I already have the MySQL setup, so I can just type MySQL /u admin /p/h, and then I can use the endpoint here. Okay, the password is type the password. Okay, so you can see it is now running, and I can use the CMPE281. Okay, and select start from. Okay, so the MySQL database is actually up and running. And secondly, we can test the Redis. So in Redis, I need to check if I have we go to ls. Okay, so we need to install everything before we can test. Oh. Okay, just few more commands. Okay, and unzip this file. Okay, and let's see. Make. This will take a little while. Let's see. Please bear with me. So in the meanwhile, once we have the database set up, so we can modify the Go Gumball code to connect to our Redis and MySQL server. And what I've done is here I change the variable here to access the SQL endpoint, and here is the Redis endpoint. So with the endpoints, the Gumball API, the Gumball Go application will successfully connect to this instance that we just set up for the databases. Okay, so here it's done, and we can run this. We need to change the host to here, the endpoint. Oops. Okay, see, it is in here, and yeah, we got the database setting done. So at the part 2 of this midterm is to deploy a Gumball cluster with an internal ELB. So in the setup, I have run 2 instances running as a Docker host, and deploy the Gumball application. And let's see my setup here. I think it's here. So this is my load balancer, and as you can see, I have a Gumball 1 instance and Gumball 2 instance. So there are a total of 2 instances. They are both in service and can connect it to the databases. So to test if our ELB work, we need to go find the DNS name, and I have another terminal here. So what I can run is here some of the code. If you want to test, for example, the code spin, I just need to change the host to the endpoint for the ELB. Oh, why? Copy this and then paste here, and because it is open a 8080 port, so here let's see if we have. Okay, it is alive, and I can also do this to get. 8080. Okay, and there are more commands. I will just run through all of them to make sure that it's working, and also this is necessary to test for the MySQL and Redis if the data has been entered into either of the database. Okay, and it worked. Still, maybe it's faster just typing this. And I will just copy this order ID into here, and okay. So at the next step, we need to check if it is actually connecting to the database. So I can just simply come back to this terminal, the other one. So cd dot just check my SQL. Sorry. Okay, so in the MySQL here, there's nothing changed in terms of the data entry. I think it is okay because in here, when we trigger this Gumball new order handle or the Gumball process order handles, both these functions only open up the client on Redis. It didn't change anything in the MySQL. So it is expected, the behavior here. So, and okay, let's go and check the Redis if there is new entrance into the Redis database. So we can just select key, I think. Oh, it's wrong. Oh, select key starts. Okay. So this is the previous one. So let's compare. Okay, this is the order ID, and then if we want to check this status for this key is okay, is order process. So okay, so it worked. So that's the summary for part 2, and then for part 3, unfortunately I'm not able to get the coin running on the Docker. So here is my error I got. It is telling me that for here all hosts try for query fail, and the cons just won't run, and I'm not able to further the assignment. But I include some of the key points. If I can get the con running, some of the key steps that I need to do, like to configure the con to route to the internal, I need to run the add API call in the Postman, and also if I need to add API key, I need to run the plugin add API key author in the Postman. And to test, just substitute the host as this. This is my Docker host public IP. And for part 2, for final part 4, I also can get it run, but I also write down some key steps that it is important. They will eventually make it work if I have the con service for con gateway running, and I need to change the endpoint here as the IP address for the gateway Docker host, and I need to change the key here. That will be generated by running API client add key at the Postman, and to deploy Node.js, and then go to the browser and type localhost 8080 to check the app. So yeah, it is so unfortunate that I cannot get the com running, so I cannot finish the lab. But that's about it. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.